What up, family? Chris Ramsay here. Welcome back to another edition of The Shift. On this week's Shift, we're looking at two brand new products, but before we get into that, once again, let's announce the winner of last week's contest, and the winner is Ben Barksdale. Congratulations, Ben. Congratulations, Ben. Hit us up, facebook.com/Murphy's Magic Supply, send us a message, and we'll get that out to you ASAP. Remember to win this week's effect, simply like this video and comment below what you thought of the episode and or the products, and we'll choose one lucky winner to take home these prizes next week. So good luck. Alright, I just got back from Miami from a tattoo convention. It was a lot of fun. Performed magic for a lot of cool people. Got to hang with some people and got this lovely gift from a friend of mine, Johnny Nobody. A bit dry now, but you can probably make that out. Any idea who that is? In the comments. So this week we're looking at two brand new effects on the deal. Liam Montiers, The Full Monty by Big Line Media, and Thoughtwave by Gary Jones, Mark Bendel, and Alakazam UK. Both of these effects are really hard hitting. Let's take a look at Thoughtwave first, watch a performance, and we'll talk about it after this.
Now it's very important that you know this was written before you made any decisions. I want you to have a look through and just get any one of the symbols in your mind. I'm going to draw something else here. I want you just to keep this in your hand, because this is something that's going to come into play in a moment. The symbol you're thinking of, just draw it on this little post-it note. It doesn't matter if I see it. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine any playing card, but don't just make one up. I'm going to try and transmit a name of a playing card to you. Is the card I'm transmitting to you red or black?
Black.
Is it a club or a spade?
Club.
And is it a pitch card or a number card?
Number.
Okay, what number? You're doing brilliantly so far. What number?
2.
The 2 of clubs?
Yeah.
Write the 2 of clubs on it. This is going to freak you out. While you were looking at this, I was thinking of the yin and yang.
Right.
Yeah? Now, there is a way I can prove it, because every time I do this, people say, well, you know, you could just be saying that. But there is a way I can prove it. This is a little deck of cards I created. Okay. Now basically all the cards are different. You can see that as we go through. Now you named the card, you named the 2 of clubs.
Yeah.
And that was a totally free choice. It could have been any card out of the pack, yeah?
Yeah.
But it was the 2 of clubs. Hopefully we've got, there we go, 2 of clubs. And you also named the yin and yang.
Yeah.
But remember, nothing was done before I wrote my predictions, or not even predictions, the items I was going to transmit to you.
Correct.
So we'll go through here. We'll find the yin and yang.
There it is.
Yin and yang.
Perfectly drawn.
Perfect. So, here we go. The moment of truth.
Right.
I wrote something down on here before you chose the yin and yang, but I transmitted that to you.
Right.
I wrote the 5 of clubs. I know what card is on the other side of the yin and yang. That's why I transmitted it to you. Turn over that card. Show the camera.
5 of clubs. That's brilliant.
Now, I wrote something or drew something inside that post-it note. Open it up and have a look. Now, I know what card is on the other side of the percentage sign. That's why I transmitted it to you. You said the 2 of clubs. That's what you picked up from me.
Yeah.
Turn over the 2 of clubs.
Very good.
And that, my friends, is Thoughwave Extreme.
So that was Thoughtwave. Pretty impossible. This trick is pretty impossible. It's one of those effects that you can probably milk out for a good 5 to 10 minutes. So it's a great way to do something, even if you're at a table, parlor, even walk around. It's a great way to sort of consume time, but not sacrifice the magic. I think the effect here is very, very strong, very straightforward. They sort of they write down any symbol and any card, and somehow you knew each one of those things, and you've given them a prediction before they even wrote that down, which is completely mind-boggling. What you get in here is a DVD, and you also get a deck of cards, a very special deck of cards. They are Phoenix-backed, and they are really, really deceptive. There's something really interesting about these cards that I can't mention. However, this is an original effect. I've not seen anything of this sort using these cards, so I thought this was a genuinely original trick and very, very fun to perform. On this DVD, you have Dave Loosely and Peter Nardi teaching the effects, running you through the setup. There's a bit of a setup that you're going to have to do with this deck that will be a little bit time consuming, but it's nothing difficult. It's very, very simple. However, everything else is very, very straightforward. And I think once you learn the method, you can probably go out and perform this half an hour later and get some amazing reactions. So good job to Alakazam Magic. Check out Thoughtwave. Next up on the deal, we have The Full Monty by Liam Montiers and Big Blind Media. Check out a performance of this, and we'll talk about it after this.
So have you girls ever played or seen the old 3-card Monty? Like find the lady or chase the ace. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No.
No? It's like an old street hustle where some guy would have 2 jokers and a queen, and they mix them up and you have to try and find the queen, and you bet money on it.
Okay.
You know the sort of thing? It's the sort of thing like people know about, but I've never met anyone who's actually had a go because they know it's a scam, basically.
Yeah.
So what I've decided to do is I tried to invent a version that seemed so fair that you'd want to bet on it. Right? And it's not a very original idea. All I've done is sort of marked the cards that I was going to use.
Yeah. Okay.
So the idea of this is that you would keep your eye on the queen. In this case, it's the queen of spades, and that would be the card that you'd point out and win all the money. And if
get money.
There's not going to be actual money. This does seem a bit unfair, like a bit easy compared to the other ones. And then the jokers would be the losing card. So if you found the queen, you'd win, and if you found one of the jokers, then you'd lose. But because it's a 1 in 4 chance and the cards are marked on the back, hypothetically, would you guys be willing to bet on that sort of situation?
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, no money's changing hands, don't worry. The other thing is I could make it even fairer, as it's you guys and I know you guys. I'll get rid of one of the jokers, so instead of a 1 in 4 chance, it's just a 1 in 3 chance. So you're really in there. So what card would you bet on? You guys would bet on the queen card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Well, that's when I'd have to change it from a game that you can't lose into a game that you can't win. And I do that by just clicking my fingers and asking which of the queen cards you wanted to bet on, right? But of course, it doesn't matter which queen you bet on, it's a scam, because you wouldn't find a queen, you wouldn't find even a joker, because this is a totally different trick that just uses the 4 aces.
Oh my god!
There you go.
So that was a performance of Liam Montiers' The Full Monty. Now, we're all familiar with a lot of different Monty tricks. 3-card Monty, color Monty. Monty cards or Monty routines are actually very, very much so embedded in a lay person's mind, usually. They've sort of seen it somewhere either online or on TV or even in person, where there's sort of these street hustlers. So it's a very organic way to introduce a card trick, and obviously a lot of built-in comedy there as you talk about wagering and betting with your audience. What you get in here, you get some special cards that allow you to do this routine. Liam teaches these in depth. He teaches the sleights involved, which are really simple. They're basics of magic. However, if you don't know them, he goes into them into intricate detail, and he's a very, very good teacher. I enjoy watching him teach card magic because he's really proficient at it. This thing packs really small. You can hold this in your pocket and you're ready to go, you're ready to perform. One thing that I really love about this version versus other Monties is that you have a double kicker ending. Normally Monties, you have that big reveal. This time you have 2 amazing reveals back to back, which are completely impossible, and everything is clean. You end clean, instantly reset if you're doing tables. It's a quick, comprehensive trick. It's very deceptive, and it's fun to do. It's fun to perform, and it's fun to see. So I highly recommend, if you don't already have a Monty routine set up in your walk-around set or in your table set, this is definitely something you can add to that. It'll take a little bit of practice if you're not familiar with the sleights. Probably, maybe an hour's worth of practice to get really, really familiar with those, but they're really easy. They're not knacky at all. They're very, very simple basics that you should know. So other than that, I think this is a great, fantastic thing. It's good to open with. It's funny. Genuinely really like it. Good job, Big Blind Media, Liam Montiers, Full Monty. All right, guys, that about wraps it up for this edition of The Shift. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you again next week. Have a safe and happy weekend for what's left of it, and we'll see you then. Peace.